Hey folks, Tracy here with Scrappy's Rustics. Y'all, this is such a beautiful piece. We are using Decoupage paper 0403. This is going to go in the Shabby Chic cargo. Y'all, what a beautiful picture, huh? Or piece of paper. Rice paper, decoupage paper. Now, I got two of these a while back at a thrift store. One was smaller, and I think I already used it. I broke it. It's plastic. It looks like wood, but it's faux wood, plastic wood. I covered it in slick stick just because I wanted to make sure that, I took it apart, but I wanted to make sure that the paint was going to stick because, again, this is like plastic. I gotta find what I did with the other one. It was a little bit smaller than this. I really think I used it, but I can't remember. I'll have to look. I'm not sure. So, there was no pictures in these prior, but the one side was like really textured and had a bunch of lumps and stuff in it, so I decided to use the smooth side, and I also put slick stick on that because I've been tricked by those pieces of inserts before where I put my decoupage medium down and, my stuff, it just doesn't want to stick. It's the craziest thing. So I gave it 2 coats. You're supposed to let it dry overnight. I can't remember if I did or not, but I ultimately did 2 coats. I wasn't sure which way to go with this. I'm trying to be shabby chic in the cargo, but more on a masculine side, so I'm trying to use blues. Pinks would have looked really nice with this as well, but ultimately, I think in the end, it really comes out nice. So I'm just using regular old Mod Podge. I believe it's satin to put this piece down. I always like to place my piece where I want it, pull it, anchor it down with my one hand, and that way the placement is exactly where I want it. Plus, you have more control over it if you instead of trying to, Mod Podge the whole thing and hope your medium is still wet on top and whatnot. So I'm just taking my gator sander there and getting rid of all the excess. You can see a little white on the sides, but luckily the frame covers it all, so we really lucked out in that aspect. So I'm going to put a layer of Ultra Matte by Pentart decoupage glue. The papers and the Pentart stuff can be found on my website at scrappysrustics.com. If you're an Ultra Matte lover or a matte lover, this stuff is amazing. I like to really work it in there, and you can't even tell you sealed it, but it definitely seals and it's waterproof. So I decided to use, I believe it's called Skyline or Skylight. I think it's called Skyline. Now we're going to add wax to it, so it's not going to be so blue in your face. This doesn't need molds or anything because it has, some detail already on it, which was nice. If you had an oval frame that was plain, by just adding, one on each end and each side really makes a difference. And plus it gives something for your wax to sit in as well. So I put 2, it might have been 3 coats of this acrylic paint, but I believe it was 2. So now we're going to add DIY clear wax and white wax. The one on the left is white wax. Looks like marshmallow fluff, but I had dropped my plastic container when I first got it, and so I had to put it in something, so it's in that little mason jar. So this is just clear wax. That's a new brush. I'm digging it out. You shouldn't do that, or if the brush has already been used, you want to pull your wax out so you don't contaminate your good stuff, is what I'm trying to say. I just couldn't spit it out. So by applying, 9 out of 10 times I put clear wax down first, just because it allows you more control for pulling off your colored wax, because most of our paints are very porous, and if you do a darker or lighter, you're not going to be able to pull that much off. If you have if you use a paint that has a top coat in it or a sealer in it built in, then you probably wouldn't have to use the clear wax just because it's not as porous and it already has like a sealant over it. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So this is just white wax. The brush right there that I'm using are the Dollar Tree. They're great wax brushes. They also sell a 3-pack of colored ones, but just make sure you get the natural brushes, natural bristles. And you can use them. It depends, I wrap mine up. I don't ever wash them, but you can get a lot of uses out of them, and you're not paying a lot of money because eventually, you're going to have to chuck them if they get stiff. But if they get stiff, you can try to rework them with some, just by pushing them on a paper towel or adding some wax in there to get them moist again. But look how cool that looks. I mean, it just totally tones down the bright blue, brings out all the details. There's little tiny details all the way around the frame as well that you can see, like the wood grain. So it's definitely the color. There's the comparison. Big time difference. I love how it looks on the white, with the white on it. It just tones it all down and brings out all the details. And I think it was a nice match. It did take me a minute to figure out what color to go with, what blue. It doesn't have to be matchy, but in a sense it does, So we're doing the same thing to the bottom here, and there's lots of details. Some of these are kind of deep. So again, we're just going in with the clear and going on with the white. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Y'all, I just love these waxes and what they do. They're just fantastic. I don't know why I don't use a Pentart white and clear. I don't know. I'm so used to DIY, but I use the Pentart for everything else. I need to switch that up. I might love the white Pentart just as much. I just haven't used it that often. I don't really. I guess I just grab the DIY. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. It is very creamy stuff, but. Y'all, I hope if you never waxed or use waxes, like I hope this helps you understand how to use them. They're not hard. It's just a process, and you're always better off having, like, I forgot to put the glass in. If you have any molds that didn't come out so great, don't ever throw them away. That way you can paint on them and practice with your waxes. Or if you're not sure how a wax is going to look on a color, you can just use like the ones that didn't come out so great, just as little sample pieces. And it just builds your confidence, because you don't want to go all in, on a beautiful project and you're not sure about it, because, you can get most of it off, but you always can't get all of it off. So just keep that in mind. It's a little tip to, just save your junk molds for test pieces. And there it is, y'all. I just love this. So I put I was going to do something with the screw things there on the side, but they were kind of a good color, so I just left them as is. So I just put it back together, and so it swings. I was really considering making this like a mirror with that mirror mist, but I don't know, this piece of decoupage paper just won my heart because I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. It really looks like a painting. Oh, sorry, my hair's in there. I'm just making sure I can get it in the screen. But there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my style, I'd love for you to smash that subscription button. Y'all never know what kind of video I'm going to come out with. Also, check out our website at scrappysrustics.com. We got a lot of cool stuff you can't find in your normal stores. I had to move it behind in the sunlight because the black building was making the blue look really weird, like a color, like that. Like that does not look like the real color, but this next one coming up does. Yeah, so there you have it. I hope this inspired you. Thank you so much for watching.